Hi folks, today as promised we are here with another vlog where we are going to replace O2 sensors on Jakub 328i. We are standing right next to our third project car E39 and we're gonna use, at least temporarily, its O2 sensors so that we don't have to buy new ones. That's why I prepared a wrench, special wrench for O2 sensors. There was one O2 sensor we removed yesterday. I'm gonna reach in the back. There's not a lot of space, to be honest, even though it's a 5 series. I have to use the longer extension. Before you start to disassemble everything, you have to make sure that it is not possible in any other way. I managed to loosen it. It wasn't that hard. The top ones usually are better than the bottom ones because in the bottom there is higher exposure to salt and road debris, so it gets stuck more. The second O2 sensor is out and we're gonna reuse those. We know they are alright, unlike the ones in E46 which are bad and it throws a code. We can now remove the ones from the E46 and install those, and let's start the car then. Right, now we are standing next to a E46 and we are going to remove those O2 sensors and install the ones from the E39. So here are the connectors. You just unplug them easily, just pops right out. Now I'm gonna use the wrench and remove those. And what's really funny is that this is E46 is way smaller than E39, but here in this area you have far more place for wrenching than in E39. So I find it kind of weird, but it is what it is. This is what I've been speaking of. There is far more place to wrench than on E39, and I should be able to loosen it pretty easily. It wasn't even tightened all the way, I think. It was really easy. Is it hot? No, not at all. We're gonna inspect what kind of or what brand O2 sensors are those. Yeah, those would be some Chinese no brand, and I think this is the culprit of it running so rough while cold, and the gas mileage went way down, meaning that it consumes a lot of fuel in recent days, or recent months. Always go with a quality brand like Bosch, for example. We installed the rear one, and now for the front one. Get in there and just tighten it. Those are used, but I'm pretty sure they will work okay because they are Bosch. Give it a snug tightening and that's it. And now connect the bunks. It goes inside only one way, that is this way. There are brackets for the connectors so that they won't fall onto the exhaust manifolds and get burned. You should try to start it. The moment of truth. We will see if the RPMs will drop because it's still cold. The engine is really cold, and if the RPMs will surge a bit, then it's the idle control valve, and if not, it was the lambda or the O2 sensor.
Right now we are trying to let the engine warm up a little bit. So as you can see, now it's searching for idle and it's not even fully warm yet. This is the thing. I think it will be the idle control valve, as Milan said.
As you can hear, there's also the idle surge is still present, unfortunately. So we think it is the idle control valve. There is no way that it's something different because we know those cars. Okay, so we are going to remove the idle control valve. To do this, we have to remove the intake boots and this valve. So we will be able to get to the idle control valve underneath. Here we go. Okay, we need to loosen this. this.
Come here.
Come.
Come here. You can say.
I love the BMW design of hiding everything underneath the intake manifold. And those, where is it?
You can call this video Anger Management by GaragEnticed.
This shit, I hate this shit. It always jumps off the connectors and falls down into the engine bay. And it's not magnetic. Oh, it is. So what's the problem then? Why did it fall off? And now just pull out the idle control valve. Alright, and here you can see the culprit of our problem. The idle control valve was changed in some time, and I think the previous owner told us that they changed this, but they used aftermarket. This is brand, what kind of brand is this? Vimo. It sounds like already. So yeah, because I think the original was made by Bosch or something similar. They're like $200 or I don't know, 150 euros here. So they went cheapo on this, as well as on the both O2 sensors. No brand Chinese. Always you have to use original parts. We have a used one that works, so there is no problem with this.
This is the Bosch one.
Yeah, this is the original one, and we're gonna swap it, and we're gonna hope it will solve our problem.
This can teach you one thing, either that you can buy new cars or that you should never give up. Or both. Ooh, house!
After a lot of struggling, we managed to put the ICV back onto the intake manifold, but you can't see the hole where we are putting the ICV. There's a rubber grommet. You could hardly get your fingers there, so
That's what she said.
yeah, so it is really hard, so you have to try and wiggle it from side to side and push really hard, and it pops into place eventually, which it did. So now we're gonna torque down all the bolts, install intake boots back, and hope for the results.
So we are going to try and start the car if the idle control valve is okay, or if it works, or if you will see the same problem again. Let's leave it like this so we can warm up a little bit, and we will see.
It looks promising. We will see.
It did start, so it's a good point. It's a good start. Now it's at around, I can show you. Now it's still cold, but when it warms up, it should be better. We shouldn't see any problems anymore, but if it idles again at around 500 RPMs, or let's say even lower, 300, then we have to find the problem somewhere else. But let's hope it doesn't happen and it will be okay. Also, the next thing, in the next video we are going to change this head unit, as I said in the previous video. I already ordered the original head unit or the radio with the CD option in it, and then we are going to change it for this ugly Android stuff.
Yeah, we are there. It's okay.
But it seems to be doing okay.
Oh yeah, it's still doing it. I have no idea whatsoever what's causing this.
So as you can see, it is searching for the idle a little bit.
Now it's doing it again. Because we know those cars.
This is just the way with the old BMWs.
What I just did was I unplugged the mass airflow sensor and the RPM is kind of deep, but now it stabilized itself. This was our last resort, should I call it, and after I unplugged it, the idle completely stabilized itself. The mass airflow sensor is the culprit. Yeah, you can see it's unplugged and now the engine runs kind of normal. Yeah, the idle is really stable and the RPMs do not fluctuate up and down, because when you unplug the MAF on those cars,
It goes back to the default settings.
yes, alpha and maps, those are predefined maps on BMWs. And you can even drive the car without MAF plug, but yeah, we fixed it. The car runs okay without mass airflow sensor.
So right now we are changing the MAF sensor from the E39 to this car.
They are the same engines, M52 TUB28, and the year of production is the same, 2000. And I checked the numbers on the sensor itself and they were the same, so yeah. I think that there is no difference at all.
Okay, let's start the car and we'll see
Yeah.
if it works better or no.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's hope it will be better at idle.
No, it's the same.
I don't know what to tell you. The problem will be probably somewhere else.
It's the same problem of yours every time, which has me thinking, well, yeah, it has to be something different. But what's the problem? We have no vacuum leaks whatsoever. Every single gasket or rubber grommet or hose, there are new spark plugs, new CCV system. Now it stabilized itself, kind of. We also hooked up diagnostic software to our car. It's INPA. It showed us that the O2 sensors are faulty, the top ones before catalytic converters. We changed it and it seems like it didn't change the thing. We changed the ICV and MAF.
But again, it's okay now, but it was doing it at first when it's cold.
Yeah, it was all.
When it was
it
fully
has always
warm,
been
it was
like
not
this.
doing it.
Yeah.
So
It has always been like this.
probably the issue is not fixed,
Yeah.
but it's okay just because now the engine is warm enough. So we will try to find the problem somewhere else.
Yeah, we're gonna hook up diagnostic software to this, and we're gonna search for error code. No. There are total 2 error codes. You can see the first one tells us is the O2 sensor before catalytic converters at bank 2, which is this one, the rear one, right there. It says time signal, which in German stands for no signal. So it is really weird since we replaced it. So this could mean that there are damaged wires that go from the lambda sensor to the somewhere where they go. I don't know. There can be damaged cables, which makes sense. And the second one is just the MAF because it was unplugged. So we are gonna erase them. There are no codes right now.
Yeah, but I think this is all for today's video. We are going to try and check some more codes will pop up. If not, we are going to try and fix the airbag lights, and then maybe I will buy a new map sensor, or we will try to buy maybe 2 O2 sensors and try if one fixes it.
Yeah.
The one more towards the back of the car.
Yeah.
And if not, then we will try something different again. Okay, so I think that's it for today.
Okay.
Bye.